Well, good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Andrew Doffney. I'm the Instruction and Outreach Librarian at the New Jersey State Library, and it's my pleasure to present our instructor for today, Marsha Rudolph, who is the Community Health Educator at Capital Health, as well as a registered yoga instructor. So thank you so much, Marsha, for coming in. Today we're going to be doing chair yoga. We've done gentle yoga in the past and kind of yoga for beginners, but now we're going to introduce the chair, which might make it a little bit easier for you to do some of this stuff while you're in the office, since many of us has now returned to the office. A few housekeeping items before we get underway. First and foremost, if you have any questions as the class is going on, or you want to know a little bit more about maybe the poses or some extra resources, you can put them into the chat or the Q&A. And after the session, Marsha will be happy to answer them. There will be a survey at the end of the webinar, so if we have a chance, we ask that you please complete it. We always love hearing your feedback. And Marsha's contact email is on the screen there. So if you have any other questions that you might think of, or maybe want some more yoga resources, or maybe places around you that might offer some yoga instruction, you can always contact her and she'll be happy to help, or set you up with somebody at Capital Health if you have any health questions or something like that. So. And lastly, just a brief overview of the Zoom dashboard. This is what your Zoom dashboard should look like if you're using a PC or a Mac. If you're on your mobile device, dashboard may look a little bit different, but all the features will still be there. In the bottom left-hand corner, you can check your audio settings. So if you're using an external listening device, you can check to make sure that it's connected there. At any point during the program, if you have any problems, there is a raise hand button here in the middle. You can click on that. That'll alert me, and I will send you a message in Zoom and hopefully be able to solve your problem. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions or if you want to share anything, you can use the chat or the Q&A button, and we can address them at the end of the program. So that is everything that I have for you. So Marsha, take it away.
Thank you very much. Welcome everybody to our chair yoga class today. Thank you for coming. I hope that you'll find this helpful as you're working, or maybe you're just seated. You could even do some if you're in the train, or at other places seated as well as work. So I'd like to just get started. If everybody could just on their chair, you're just going to bring your feet so that they're hip width apart. And we're going to do a little bit of sensing first. So most of the time we are up in our heads, thinking. Most of the time we need to be doing that. But in order to find balance sometimes and peace and calm, we have to come into the other parts of ourselves. So I work a lot with feet. Also, the breathing is really important, which I will emphasize today. So you're welcome to, I always like to sit a little bit more forward on my seat. If you feel that you need the support of the back of the chair, you can sit back a little bit more. But if you sit seated a little bit more forward, it just helps with your posture. So again, if you can close your eyes, that just helps us to go inside as we do this first part, which is just some grounding to prepare us for the other stretches. So once again, the feet are hip width apart. And just sense the legs. You can rest your hands on the top of your thighs. And we have two hard bones that we sit on called the ischium bones or the sits bones. So we're just you can rock a little bit just to feel those. And so we're just gonna sense those now. They support us on the chair. And it helps us to just relax the hips, the legs and the feet. Again, just sensing the soles of the feet as we work up the body. Just lifting the crown of the head nice and long. The shoulders can release away from the ears. Just really relaxing the shoulders down. And then once again, just relaxing the arms and the hands and the fingers. And again, you can rest those on your thighs. And just softening the belly and relaxing the ribs. And the collarbones are spread nicely apart so that the heart and the chest area are nice and open. And the throat is relaxed. And just sensing the back of the body, the low back and that sacral area, the middle of the back, and again, the shoulders and the upper back relax, and the back of the neck. And then just relaxing all the facial muscles. We can hold a lot of tension in our face with the jaw and just drop and relax the cheeks, the lips and the tongue, the eyes, and the forehead skin. And again, if you want to just do a little scan, always remembering your feet, especially as we work in the chair today. Feet that support us and ground us, connect us to the earth, the legs, the sits bones. And yoga does work a lot with posture. So oftentimes when we work at a desk, you can kind of slump a little bit. So just giving yourself permission, awareness to just bring those shoulders back and keeping the spine long. And again, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to work a lot with the breath. So if you want to, you're welcome to. You can either rest your hands on your legs. Again, just keeping the eyes closed for now. You can bring your hands, if you like, either both on the belly, or you can bring one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest. Again, keeping the shoulders relaxed and the heart open. And where there is awareness, there's breath movement. So you might feel under one or both hands that movement of the breath as we inhale and as we exhale. And sometimes it takes a little bit to just settle that breath into its own natural rhythm. So this is a real allowing process, just allowing the breath to come and go on its own without trying to change it at all. And purely sensing it come into the hands. On the inhale, the belly grows wide. And on the exhale, the breath comes back in. So you can stay with that, or you can rest your hands on your legs. It's really important to just bring that breath awareness and sensory awareness into any yoga practice. So I'd like to start with that before we do any stretches. It's kind of like a little meditative part, and also something that you could bring into your day. And let's just bring the palms of the hands together. If you want, you can start to slowly open your eyes and stay with the breath, stay with the feet. And then you can just bring the hands back to rest on the legs. And we're just going to start to warm up the body. These are particularly nice in the winter. If anyone has arthritis, so we're going to do some circling first around those sits bones. loosens up the hips and starts to warm up the spine. A lot of us have some hip or lower back issues, so it's a good way to just kind of oil those hip joints and start to warm up the spine. And we can reverse directions. Usually one direction's a little more natural than the other. And then just coming back to center, maybe giving the feet a little attention so you can kind of tap them a little bit or just move them, wake up the feet and the legs. Sometimes when we hold the breath, which we often can do, if you just bring awareness to the feet or just move the feet, that can help to open up that holding. And then from here, we're going to do some spinal flexes. So again, you can just rest the hands on top of the thighs. And we're just going to inhale and kind of roll forward over those sits bones and look up. A little bit of arch the back. Exhale, rounding into the spine, bringing space between the shoulder blades. Head can come down a little bit. Inhale, shoulder blades come together. Arch and look up. And on your own. So you're just going to follow your own breath rhythm. You don't have to follow me. Just starting to learn to listen to the breath and to move from there. And sometimes the movement wants to be quicker, sometimes slower. We're just kind of honoring what you need right now. Since we're always changing. Again, it's just a really nice way to loosen up the spine. And then just once again, coming back to our sitting position. And we sense the feet. The knees are right above the ankles. And then from here, we're just going to swing the arms up. You can reach nice and long through the fingertips. You can look up if that's comfortable or forward. And we still sense the feet and the sits bone. So with yoga, we're working to come into one piece, unity, wholeness. So we sense every part of the body as we stretch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, we're just going to bend now at the elbows. Palms are going to face each other. The shoulders are relaxed. And from here, we're going to inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Hopefully your chair allows you to do that. And you can just kind of engage the core muscles a little bit so that you don't over twist. The gaze can follow the palms of the hands. And this can also help to energize us, so bring in a little more energy. And then you can just let it go. You can roll the shoulders a little bit. So I teach a gentle mat class, and we do all three of these on the floor, but really about half of my class you could do from the chair. So those three are stretches that we do in the beginning of every class. Again, they're really good to warm up the spine and for arthritis as well. All right, from here, we're going to do some things for the neck. So again, that's another area where we can store some tension. So feet, sits bones, shoulders relax, heart and chest open. And we're just going to gaze forward. And let's just let the breath come and go here for a few breath cycles. And then we're just going to inhale, gazing forward. And exhale, we're just going to look over towards our right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, we're just going to look over towards our left shoulder. And you can do another 2 or 3 sets of these on your own. You inhale, center, and you exhale when you come to the side. You're just doing that at your own pace. And then just back to center when you're done. And again, just a little check-in with the breath. And then from here, we're going to inhale, center. Exhale, doesn't have to be much. Just going to bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. So just you feel a little bit of stretch on the left side of the neck, and you really want to keep your spine in line as you do this. And then you're going to inhale up, exhale, left ear to left shoulder, spine in line. Make sure the shoulders stay relaxed. And then once again, you can do a few on your own. You can have eyes open or closed. And then coming back to center when you're done. And once again, just a little check-in with the feet. You really want to loose the feet as we work up the body. And then once again, just starting nice and tall. We're going to inhale, this time looking up with the eyes. So not really kind of pulling the neck back, but just it's kind of more like a gazing up. And then exhale, we're going to bring the chin to the throat. Inhale, we gaze up. Exhale, chin to throat. And again, you can do that a few more times on your own. So these are all really good for neck arthritis and just any tension you might have in your neck. All right, back to center. Bring a little awareness to the feet. All right, and from here, we're going to do some seated sun breath. And if we have time, we may do some standing sun breath as well. We'll see how it goes. So we're going to inhale. We're just going to bring the arms wide overhead, hands up. Exhale, arms to our sides on your own, nice and easy. Inhale up, open the ribs. Invite the breath in, exhale, release, and again, on your own. So you can do this for a little while. If you get tired, you can stop. This is also a nice one to energize. It's simple. And then whenever you're ready, you can bring that to a nice close. And from here, we're going to do a seated mountain pose. So mountain pose is the foundational posture of yoga. It's very simple. It can be subtle, but it also can be very powerful. We're working with balance, particularly more standing, posture. There are also all the standing poses are in mountain pose are confidence builders. They can help to energize us. So simple again, but important. So once again, feet are hip width apart. And we're just going to sense the four corners of the feet, the soles of the feet. And once again, the knees are just stacked right above the ankles. The heels are in line with the hips. And just feel those sits bones. And then we have options with the hands, so we can try them all. You can pick one that you like. We're going to start with just bringing the hands together in the heart space, this kind of prayer hands. The crown of the head is lifted, the shoulders are relaxed, nice long spine. And you can just gaze forward and breathe. And if you can find one spot on the wall to fix the eyes, that just helps us to focus and concentrate better. And just staying with the breath here. Another hand position is just bringing the arms to the sides. You could actually try a couple of different things here. You can either just have the palms kind of facing in towards the legs, or if you want to try this, so each hand position feels a little different. So see what you like. Palms are nice and open and the palms are forward. And again, always nice long spine. We sense the feet. We feel the whole body. That's an option with mountain. And again, you can do this in standing. Or you can have the arms overhead. The fingers are reaching nice and long. Shoulders are relaxed. We sense the feet, the hands, the fingers. You can gaze forward and stay with the breath. The heart and the chest are nice and open. And then inhale, we just stretch up, and exhale, we let it go. And you can just kind of do a little stretching on your own if you want to move the hips a little bit, because we'll be seated a long time. So just always feel free to do some stretches. It's always really important to move the joints. So you can move the toe joints, or maybe you want to move the ankles a little bit, move the hips. And most of the things we're going to be doing are pretty gentle, but if anything doesn't feel good or you feel any kind of pain, then just rest or do some of your own stretches. All right, from here, same thing. Feet are hip width. We feel the soles of the feet. The heels are in line with the hips. And then we're going to inhale the arms nice and long up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring now the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. And we're going to bring the left hand around. You can either hold on to the top of your chair or the back of your chair, the seat, the back of the seat. So whatever's more comfortable for you. And we're just going to press wherever you're at so we get a nice long spine. Inhale up and exhale. It doesn't have to be a lot, particularly if you have any tension in the neck. You're just going to start to look towards your left shoulder in a nice twist. And you can just stay with the breath here. Again, working on flexibility in the spine. And then inhale back. Center nice and long, good stretch. Exhale, this time the left hand comes to the outside of the right thigh. Again, you can hold the bottom of the chair or the top of the chair. And let's just press first nice and long into the spine. And then on the exhale, we're going to look over now to the right shoulder. Try to keep the head in line with the spine as you do this. And again, just not overdoing it. Relax the shoulders. Stay with the breath. And then you can just release, maybe just stretch a little bit. Release any holding in your neck. And then from here, we're going to do some kind of mini sun salutations. So make sure you have a little bit of room. And once again, same base. So feet, knees above the ankles, hips, sits bones. And we're going to inhale, bring the arms nice and wide up. Exhale, nice and wide down. And we're just going to kind of drop down with the hands wherever it's comfortable. If it's your shins or your feet or ankles, or maybe they go to the floor. Just going to relax the head and the neck here. On an inhale, you're just going to kind of bring yourself up to a flat back. So we just kind of straighten up, maybe press through the fingers. And exhale, we release and we just relax the head, neck, and shoulders a little bit more here. And then pressing into the soles of the feet. Inhale up. Take your time. Palms together. Exhale to the heart space. If you start to get lightheaded at all, then just stop. Inhale up. Nice and wide. Exhale. Nice and wide down. Release the hands to wherever is comfortable. Relax the head and neck. Inhale, just press up a little bit to a flat back. And then exhale. Release and relax head, neck, and shoulders a little more. Inhale, press into the soles of the feet. Inhale the arms, palms together. Exhale. And we're going to do one more. If that's enough for you, then you can just stop and rest. Inhale up. Sit down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release a little more. Inhale, press into the soles of the feet. Hands together. Exhale, right into the heart space. We're just going to let's close the eyes now. And with the hands together, just sensing the movement of the breath, wherever you feel it. And just noticing how you feel inside. Is the breath more expansive? Maybe you feel a little more calm or energized. So whatever it is, just taking that in right now. And then let's just relax the hands. If you want, it's always nice where we're in seated. I'm going to give a little bit of massage to the legs, the knees a little bit. And we're going to work a little bit more with the legs and the knees right now. Just kind of bringing them a little attention first. So usually on a mat and at a mat class, we will do these on our backs. The knee chest poses are wonderful for any low back tightness or pain. After you exercise, I do them. Highly recommend knee to chest pose. Again, if you're on the floor, then you can do them on your back. Since we're in the chair today, we can do them from the chair. So again, feet are hip width. Knees are right above the ankles. Start with a nice long spine. Hands just rest first on the thighs. And options with the hands, you can either interlace the fingers or you can just hold underneath the right knee. So either you can interlace the fingers on the shin or you can support the back of the knee with your hands. So either will be fine. So we're going to start with the right knee. So whichever hand position you want to do. Nice long spine. Still feel that left foot. And we're just bringing the knee up towards the chest. Again, doesn't feel good. And just bring the foot back down, do your own thing. Usually the knee to chest poses are nice for the low back, but we all have different limitations or injuries maybe. But as I said, this could be a good stretch for the low back area. And you can either stay here, you could also just bring the foot back down if that's enough for you. But if you want to try a little more, what you're going to do is just kind of hold on now to that and keep that right knee up with the right hand. And you're just going to take the left hand and arm now. So you're going to get a little bit of a core workout. It's also good for the hip flexors. And we're just going to lengthen through that left arm at shoulder height. Stay with the breath. You want to go a little more, don't have to. I know for me, this is new and challenging. Both hands, stay with the breath. Leg strength. Bring it back, and then down. And again, you can do a little stretching before we do the other side. All right, from here, same thing. We'll start with a good base. So knees above the ankles, heels hip width apart. You can either interlace the fingers or have the hands behind the knee. And whenever you're ready, nice long spine. Still feel that other foot on the ground. And knee to chest here. Stay with your breath. So just keep it flowing as you gaze forward. Always working with posture. Stay with the breath. And again, you can stay here a little longer, or you can just bring the left foot back on the ground. If you want to do a little more, again, a little core work, hip flexor work. I'm just going to bring the left hand out now to the side. You want to do a little more right hand to the side. Stay with the breath. And then just kind of bring it back down. And we can do little stretches before we do anything else. Sometimes those spinal flexes are nice to bring in. And actually, let's just kind of circle a little bit here, hips, like we were doing in the beginning. You could also just hold on to the sides of the chair and do some windshield wipers, they're called, like side to side, before we do anything else here. All right. And then from here, if you have room, you Going to do what's called goddess legs. So again, if you're comfortable coming a little bit more forward on the chair, you can do that. And the feet are going to come at an angle. I know it's a little hard to kind of get me all in here with this. Let's see if we can see my feet a little bit better. So the feet are out at a 45-degree angle. And once again, we still feel the sits bones. Nice long spine before we do anything. You can move a little bit. And then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, bring the palms together, and then exhale. As we exhale, we're going to push the knees apart a little bit and really feel that core activate as well as we kind of stretch open the groin and the hips and the inner thighs. So it's kind of an activating pose in a subtle way. Inhale, you can release the legs up, palms together, exhale. Back to the heart space, pushing the knees a little bit away. And you can do another one on your own, if that feels okay. You can squeeze the glutes a little bit. And then just release. And you can bring the legs back, or if you want to do some of those windshield wipers, you can do that. And we'd like to do one more seated here. And then maybe we'll have a little time to do one or two standing. You want to stand at work or use your chair for support, you could do that. So if this is too much for your knees then or hips, then again, you can do one of the prior stretches or you can just rest. If you're able to, you're going to just now, again, the left foot is in that starting position and you're just going to cross the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. This is a really good hip opener. I also do these after I exercise. It's called a piriformis stretch. It stretches that piriformis muscle that goes from the hip down to the leg. And often that can be a tight area for people. So we have options here. We always start with that long spine. So you can simply just inhale and press that right knee kind of away from the body and then just exhale and release it. So you can do that a couple of times on your own. And you can either do a few more or you can just rest here. If you want to try a little bit more of a stretch into this, just keep that right hand on the top of the right thigh and you can kind of just bend a little, keeping the spine in line. It doesn't have to be a lot, and pushing the knee away from the hips. It doesn't have to be a lot, just so you kind of start to feel that stretch from the buttock down to the leg, relax the shoulders. And then just release. And then you can shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to switch sides. So you're going to take the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. And you feel the sits bones. Have that right foot nicely grounded. Nice long spine. And then this time, left hand is just going to gently inhale, press that knee away towards the floor. Exhale, release it. And once again, you can do that a few times. And then you can either rest or do a few more, or if you want to try, take it a little further, and you're just going to hold onto the ankle and the top of the thigh. And you can just come a little bit forward, keeping the spine in line and the shoulders relaxed. And then again, just gently pressing now that knee away towards the floor. Again, it doesn't have to be a lot. Spine is in line. And then just release. So again, these are really nice to do on your back. You're able to do that after you exercise. You can stretch the legs a little bit more. Maybe stretch into the legs a little bit more. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to stand. If you'd like to try standing, just going to adjust my screen here. And you're welcome to use your chair for support. So if you'd like, you can have it, just move this, you can have it to the side if you want. Try to get more of me in here. All right, so maybe just tilt a drop more, sorry. All right, so from here, we've been seated a long time, so just play a little bit with the feet. You just kind of sense the feet. And the feet now are hip width apart. You can move the hips a little bit. They're a little tight from being seated. I'm just going to inhale, sun breath, arms up overhead, nice and long. You can look up if that's comfortable, and then exhale down. And again, you can do these on your own. We did this in seated, so this is just a standing version of sun breath. Again, simple, energizing, good way to work with the breath. Good way to release any holding in the breath. And then just let it go. And then we'll just do a mountain pose. And again, you can use the back of the chair for support if you need to. Otherwise, I will just show you. I think I just move this back a little bit more here. So once again, the feet are hip width apart. And just feeling now the four corners of the feet, the soles of the feet. And then just relaxing the legs. The knees can be soft. And then the arms, hands, and fingers are just going to come down by your sides. Crown of the head is lifted. The shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. And once again, we're just going to find a spot on the wall to fix the eyes, to gaze, and to breathe in mountain pose. Again, foundational posture of yoga, working with posture. Again, standing poses are energizing, can feel empowering, good confidence builders. If you want to try open palms, you can do that. Maybe just notice how you feel if you change hand positions. There's kind of a subtle change. With each hand position, you could bring hands to the heart space. Again, shoulders relax. Or you can bring the arms overhead, relax the neck, the shoulders. And if we reach up, just still really feeling the feet. So again, yoga, we work towards wholeness, body, mind, spirit. Sensing every part of the body. And then inhale, just a nice stretch. And exhale. So I always think we're going to have a little more time than we do, but that's pretty much what I would bring in for today. And we're just going to end with a little bit of grounding here. So we'll come back to our chair. This is something in a general mat class we can do on our backs, but also works nicely like a meditation at the end of class. We always close with a chance to kind of integrate the more active practice that you did, and also an opportunity to come into a deeper state of relaxation and just close in a calm, peaceful way. So, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set up like we did in the beginning. So the feet are hip width apart, the knees are above the ankles. We feel the sits bones in touch with our chair. The spine is nice and long. The shoulders are relaxed. The hands are resting on our legs. Crown of the head is lifted. And just close the eyes. And just turning in. And just again, letting the breath now just come and go without trying to control it at all. And just allowing the breath to find its own natural rhythm. And you can either keep the hands on your legs, or if you prefer, you can use your hands. One on the belly, one on the chest, or both on the belly here. And we're just going to do a little bit of conscious breathing before we close class tonight. So, or today, I usually teach at night. Again, just sensing every part of the body, just bringing awareness to breath. And anytime the thoughts come into the mind, just bringing your awareness and focus back to the movement of the breath in the body. Just kind of using the breath movement as an anchor for the mind. Maybe just another minute here. And you can either keep the eyes closed, or you can open the eyes. You're just going to bring the palms of the hands together. Again, nice long spine, sensing every part of the body here. And maybe just noticing how you feel right now. And knowing that you can bring that feeling of peace and calm that's always with us into your day, even those challenging days that we have. Maybe just taking some time for yourself and just doing a little breath, chair yoga movement. I just always like to close class with a little traditional yoga ending, which is to say namaste, which in Sanskrit is the light in me honors the light in each one of you. So thank you very much for coming today. Hope that was helpful for you. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to bring them up, and Andrew could read them off, and I could try my best to answer questions.
Thanks so much, Marsha. If anybody does have questions, please feel free to post them in the chat or the Q&A. And I'm also going to post your email address in case anybody maybe wants to contact you about anything else. So, and that's her email is in the chat. So we have a few people saying thank you so much. It was wonderful, and you did a fantastic job. So kudos
Thank
to
you.
you. I can say that I was very relaxed as well, as somebody mentioned, and it kind of was a nice restart to the day. Everybody kind of feels refreshed now, so that is great.
Thank you.
I'm just giving another minute, see if anybody has anything else.
I know in my classes everybody gets real quiet at the end, so that's a good sign. Thank you.
All right, Marsha, well, we'll go ahead and end it there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Marsha, again for
Thank you.
doing these yoga sessions. And
My pleasure.
everybody be safe, be well, and enjoy the rest of your day, hopefully feeling refreshed.
Thank you. Bye-bye.